on the screen, we in Boston, Massachusetts. Chillin', chunkin' deuces. Playing Madden in the den, yeah, throw up the deuces.
Hello Mad Nation, Escapes here for another exciting edition. It is not your den, it is not my den, but it is the Mad Den, aka the Laser Show, the internet's most passionate show of John Madden NFL 12 football, kicking off with a bang. Show 211, and yes, I am wearing a New York Giants jersey. Farles and I made a bet. If I lost, I would wear a jersey that was of the New York Giants variety on Twim. This is actually a Jeremy Shockey jersey, so shout out to my man Shockey on the Panthers this year. So I will be wearing it tonight for Twim. I think I might back out. I'm not sure. But today we're going to talk about the second formation from this playbook. This is the I-form tight twins from VG Raven Maniac. You can follow him on Twitter, guys, at VG Raven Maniac. This is full run and gun guide. He was courtesy via his courtesy to share this with everybody. So it's been pretty exciting. Yesterday we talked about the single back ace twins, and now we're talking about the I-form tight twins. So you notice he's big on twin sets, and I think that's because he gets a nice man zone read from that coming out in that twin set. So props to him for that. And let's dive right into it here. We're gonna get our zoom on. I do need to get the stinking tripod back from Z Farles. We'll get a zoom on here regardless. Without it, zoom. So here it is. There's the zoom. I'm taking the Panthers out for a spin just for fun. So let's say, for example, let's see, come out in, we'll say nickel, two-man under, we'll come out in that. Now, the base play he comes out in is the weak ISO, and what he says is, against man, motion wide receiver to the right, pass the tight end, and snap. Now, the reason you do that is, watch this. See how this defender right here, I'm not going to move him, but Scandrick here is lined up from Smith. So if I run the ball here to the right, to the left, and I know it's man, he's just extra defender in that area that can just cause me problems. So if I want to get rid of him, oops, wrong motion. So if I wanted to get him out of that area, what I could do is just motion Smith, and he's going to follow Smith across the field. And that now moves him out of the area where I want to go, and now I just make a nice cut and get a nice big gain. Now, if, say, for example, it was zone coverage, which you would know based off of seeing how the defenders on the right side are lined up over there, or also just tendencies from your opponent. Are they playing man? Are they playing zone? Things like that. Instead of motioning them all the way across, you know, if you motion them all the way across and snap like it was man-to-man, you lose the ability to have that extra blocker. So now it's actually advantageous for the defense in that situation. So what you want to do here is you just want to motion Smith, snap it once he gets right to the tackle, so that you still have that blocker that can pick up that zone defender. So this is the base play, and really what you want to do, this is just a nice check down route. You want to just run this. This is a consistent 3-4 yard gain type run. When things get switched up, that's when you can go check down to your second run from this formation, which is the quick audible run down, the halfback power. This one actually has a little bit more power potential. Now against man-to-man, remember before we said motion Smith over. Now what happens is if you motion Smith here this time with the run going right, you put that extra defender in the area of the field where you're trying to run the ball. So what you want to do is, again, he says run the play as is. I like to keep things to look very similar. So what I would do is probably I would motion Smith and snap him at the left tackle here, and then I would run right off the right edge with my running back. So again, that's just to keep it honest. I mean, you could also quick snap it. It's whatever is to your heart's content. So I would snap it there just to make it kind of like look similar, and then you just try and fight for yards up through the middle of the field. Not getting any good blocks here. There you go. That's the one I was looking for. And then it's off to the house. So now against zone, say if you run against zone, it's the same thing as before, but this time what you would do is you would motion over Smith, and then you're going to run snap when Smith's onto the right side here. As you can see now, you gain extra defender over in that area to help you pick up some blocks that were over on that side. So again, it's all about reading the man zone, and then it's kind of just gaining or losing an extra blocker / defender that you're trying to pick up. So as you can see, we get that chip block downfield. I mean, it didn't cost much. It's Steve Smith. He's not the best blocker in the world, but what does he do here? Let's see what he does. Does he do anything? He chips that guy just enough. I mean, so if he doesn't chip that guy, just enough hold him just like he did, then that guy is going to get to me quicker before I pick up that 4-yard gain. Yes, he hit me, but I was able to get those yards because Steve Smith picked up that block. So let's talk about our quick pass man beater. That's our quick audible up. Just the quick audible from this formation. Now what he wants us to do here is motion the circle receiver Smith. And what we're doing here, I'm going to clear out space. I could leave Olsen. So what he's saying to do here is take him, Smith, place him on a drag as soon as he crosses the center, let him get over here, and then you're going to snap, because then he's going to come back inside, and then you deliver the pass to him. So there's two different ways you could run this, right? You could run it like this. You could motion Smith, place him on a drag already, and then snap, throw here, and then pass to the flat, right? You have the chance for that play to kind of get picked off if you do that. So what I do like how he said, let him pass the center, call the drag, and then snap inside. He'll get an inside release, and Stephen Lee will pick you off. So so no, but again, that's just my fullback needs to go on a route there. So that would, let's see, fullback on a route. So motion Smith. Drag, go. He gets inside release, and as you can see how the defenders get crossed up as the natural pick and rub that you get from like compressed sets you get here because those two routes cross each other. Watch this here, and see how they get crossed up, and then that leaves Smith wide open there. A very nice man beater, and keep in mind it's involved in the same exact motion as it was with your running plays. Now another thing you could do from here, is the following. Shriek Smith. Actually, this route by Olsen is going to be a phenomenal quick pass, FYI. That's as Newman jumps and picks it. This is very similar to the single back big ace formation. The play where you snap throw on the outside to Greg Olsen. As you can see, you can't bump and run Olsen on the line of scrimmage unless you manually bump him. So what's good about this is it's going to be consistent there, and you just kind of try and snap throw it in there, deliver the ball to him. So another thing you can do from this though is you could streak Smith and then slant in Nene and Olsen here, and then you want to play a user catch game here. But I mean, Steve Smith isn't the best target for that, even though he came down with it. That's the idea. Double slants, that combo. It's the same style concept that's worked throughout Madden 12. So let's talk about the next play. This is the audible we put in the China special. Now this is a bit of a tell because the receivers do step up, and that's okay. I understand that, but it's a bit of a tell, and that's okay. But we want this for specifically is to attack zone coverage. If they are just hitting us with zone, I really do like to call this play, mainly because look at this. You have a flat by halfback, a deep corner, and then a deep streak. You're going to flood the zone here in this situation. As you can see, the flat opens up as the defender is bumping the deep corner. We'll show you that again. We know zone. Okay, we're going to check down, attack that zone coverage. Here it is again. There's the flat. Cam Newton delivers that. Even though the pressure was getting there, that deep corner zone will open up there. Another thing that you could do in this situation is the following. You could place Olsen on drag, and then you could block both your halfbacks in the backfield. That drag route's actually going to work as like a flat route. It's going to open up underneath here. Oh, I didn't change the defense. That's a problem. So here it is again. Now we're playing zone, China special, block both those guys. So now we're in zone coverage. He's going to run underneath there. As you can see, well, I want to show you Demarcus Ware, how he left the deep corner zone for the drag. See how he jumped the drag? And look at that deep corner zone, wide open. I'll show you that again one more time. That's what it is about attacking zone coverage, is just flooding areas of the field with route combinations. And this is one of the I didn't call zone again. I didn't call zone again. So here it is one more time. Call it the zone. China special. So here you have it again. Here you have it again. Here you have it again. And see how that deep corner just opens up there. And that's gonna happen all the time. You want to read the defense. If they're playing so cover 4. So if they're playing a cover 4, a typical cover 4. I mean, I'll just put a purple over there. So a typical cover 4, for example, would look something like this. So you see how the drag opens up underneath. So drag opens up underneath against that typical cover 4. So you want to, the deep corner will still be kind of available as the player progresses because the purple will fade away from it. But as you can see, that the underneath space is open to deliver the ball to the drag. So you kind of just have to read, pick and choose what you want. So say, for example, now they play a cover 2. You might want to check down to your vertical streak. Simply just because he might get behind that defense there. He gets chucked, and then you deliver that ball there. The Nay goes up and gets it. So a lot of different things you can do from this. Again, I'm going to post a link in here for you guys to take a look at. Oh, I want to show one other play that Nick didn't talk about. It's a quick audible right. Phenomenal play. Say for whatever reason, like your opponent's setting up, I'm just going whatever here. So say for whatever reason your opponent's set up a blitz, and it looks something like this, right? You want to have a play that you can quick snap to the flat here, and that's your quick audible right. So all I want you to do is here, quick audible right, and just snap, and you just throw that ball there. That is to keep them honest with that guy there. That's to keep, I mean, what this is going to do is it's going to assure two things for you. Either you're going to have the guy manned up on Smith, or you're going to have a flat zone over there. It's one of two things that's going to happen. I mean, that's fact, not opinion. It's one of two things that's going to happen. So let me show you again. More times than not, what you're going to probably see is man-to-man because it's easier to run man-to-man defense to stop that. If that's the case, I would probably place Olsen on a slant out, Nene on a slant in, and then I would probably place Williams in the backfield on a fade. And then, if they are in that, that the flats, the slant to the sideline is going to be open if Olsen gets there. So those things are going to be open, so make sure you just pick and choose and you attack. So this formation has a lot of potential. What I really like about what Nick did here is that with the motions, you can't really tell with the motion quick passes and things like that. And that's really what I like what he did most here. He made everything look the same, and that's kind of the battle of what you're trying to do. Make everything look the same so your opponent never can key in on exactly what you're doing. And that's how you make a great scheme, guys. So we're going to be breaking down tomorrow, great formation, weak eye tight twins from the run and gun playbook. We'll see you tomorrow, show 212. As always, fellas, twim tonight, final twim of the season, so it's going to be a nice one, big one. I'm pretty excited, also sad at the same time, but I know life goes on. We'll be back for next year for another season of twim, the fourth installment of twim. Pretty crazy, but let's end it with a bang. Guys, it is. I'm already forgetting my little catchphrase. As always, fellas, we are changing the Madden community, and we are doing it one snap at a time. I didn't forget it. I remembered it. Hello, Madden Nation. S-Gibbs here for another exciting edition. It is not your den, it is not my den, but it is the Madden, a.k.a. the Laser Show.